What's up, and welcome to Four Brothers and a Shot of Milk. That's right, you heard me right. I said four.
That's right.
We're talking TV, movies, video games, comic books, action figures, and so much more. I'm Jack Walker Pearson. We got down there in the corner, Lawrence St. Victor. Above him in the corner, Christopher St. Victor. Below me in the corner, Richard Wilson.
Pause.
And
Pause.
wherever you are.
Wow.
And
Wait, below me in the corner? Wow.
I said baloney in the corner?
That's exactly what you
Yeah,
said.
you just
Something in the corner.
right.
Today
Pause.
we're being joined by our very special guest and good friend of ours, Malcolm J. Goodwin.
Hey, what's up,
Hello,
fellas?
Mac.
What's up? Chilling, man. Chilling. Four brothers in a shot of milk. Let's get it.
Right.
So normally we like to just kind of meet and greet, so we'll do that. We'll keep it brief because we got a lot to talk about today. So,
All right.
Lawrence, how's your week been?
My week's been good, man. Busy, but good. I've been watching Brother's Son on Netflix. And if y'all are not watching that, what are you doing with your life? This thing is crazy. It's crazy.
True.
It's Rich. Is it it's a must? It's kind of a must watch.
It's a must watch. It's pretty good. I'm not caught up to it, but yeah, I'm definitely in it. I'm in there.
It's good.
Yeah, one of my boys directed a couple of episodes, so I definitely gotta check that out.
Yo, it's fire, man. It's fire. It's funny. It's action. It's drama. It's dope. That's my week, Jack. That's all I did was watch Brother's Son.
Rich, how about you? How's your week been?
Nothing. I've just been working, trying to fix buses. But what else? What else can I do, right? And a little anime here and there, and that's about it.
Nice, simple week.
It's simple.
Chris?
Very simple.
Just working hard. I watched that new DC movie, Crisis.
How was that?
Oh,
It was
Crisis.
alright. We'll,
Yeah.
we'll discuss it
Crisis.
in the future. And
the animation's good.
animation's good. And then
Is it?
Love...
It looks a little
No, it's good.
plain.
Nah, it's good. It's good. And then Love on the Spectrum season 2 dropped on Netflix, which
I
I
have
love
been
that show.
watching that.
I
Love
love
on the
it.
spectrum.
Man,
It is the most. They are the most honest people, honest, good-hearted people you'll ever see. Like
yeah.
they see everything like it's a Disney movie, and they say it and they mean it, and they're just genuine, and it's just a great show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Oh,
My
dope,
weekly
dope.
highlight.
How was your week, Jack?
Thanks,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Thanks for asking. I'm still playing that game, Nobody Saves the World, and
Okay.
I'm enjoying it. It's fun. The character builds are good. It's just a pretty cheap little dungeon crawler game, but it's entertaining on my downtime. Oh, and I finished reading the manuscript, the screenplay version of Oppenheimer. And Christopher Nolan.
Oh, wow.
All right.
I was telling him last week, the whole thing is written from a first-person point of view. So the entire script is written from Oppenheimer's point of view.
How many
Which is-
pages is it? How many pages was it?
The printed script, I think it's like 150.
150.
Give or take, something like that.
Yeah.
How's your week been, Mac? What have you been watching, reading, or playing?
I've been good, man. I've been watching Reacher, man.
Yeah.
I got to support Team Reacher, man. So I just been watching it. Caught up on that. Watched that finale yesterday, I think, and it was off the chain, man. I was just so proud of everybody involved, man. I didn't know what was going to happen, so I was like purely 100% after episode 4 a fan. Just not knowing what's going to happen. So that was actually a really good experience for me. And just being a daddy, man. Just being a daddy.
It don't stop, Mac. It don't stop.
I tell you, I know you know. So it just Apollo's into games right now. So
Okay.
playing some Subway
Oh.
Surfer. He's 3.
Subway Surfer.
Great, nice, good
He's
age.
3. Yeah, he's 3 years old, man. So yeah, just playing some iPad apps with him, and that's it.
Yeah.
Well, I got a question for you, Mac.
Yeah.
Why did Spider-Man pick his nose?
Why?
Because he wanted to get rid of the Green Goblin.
Oh, there you go. That's one way to do it.
All right.
There it is. I love the dad. I'm a dad, so I love the dad jokes. I'll take another one, Jack. Hit me with another one.
Oh
No,
no, let's not do that.
Please don't. Please
one
don't.
bad
No.
joke is show, and they are dad
That's
jokes.
it.
All right, man. Well, let's waste no more time. Let's jump into this thing. So, those of you joining in to us, we have, like I said, Malcolm J. Goodwin with us. You might recognize him from things like Reacher, Season 1 and 2, True Bloods, iZombie, Elementary, Fall of the House of Usher, The Fugitive,
Oh,
Pines, House of Cards, Breakout Kings, American Gangster, Mississippi Damned. I mean, the list goes on and on. The Lazarus Project, Miracle at St. Anne, Long Shots, Leatherheads. This guy has been
yeah. It's
around.
been good. Yeah. Been blessed, man. Been
Yes,
blessed.
sir. Yes, sir.
So we got a whole little series of questions we want to pick your brain with. Obviously, first we want to talk about Reacher. And I want to know, what was your reaction after the way season 1 ended? What was
Yeah.
your reaction when they said, "Hey, man, we figured out a way to bring you back for season 2"?
Yeah.
Dude, I was excited. I was excited because when we all knew Willow and I, we knew Willow who played Willow Fitzgerald who played Roscoe. We knew it was a 1-year deal from the get go. So I'm just thinking one and done. I remember I binge read all the scripts, so I thought it was over. Then I get a call from Nick saying that, yo, I got something for you. Check this out. And then he made it happen. He talked about making it happen. I know he spoke to Lee Tile to see to get his blessing for it, and the studios are all behind it. And there it is. I make this cameo.
All right.
Yeah.
So, was your character not in this book? Did they? Was it something they came up with themselves to bring you back, or?
Right. Yeah, he wasn't in that book. So when people would ask me, "Hey, you're gonna be in season 2," I was just like, "How do I not give it away, but not lie at the same time?" So I would say, my character's not in that book. He's not in that book. I didn't say I wasn't in the season. I was just saying my character wasn't in the book. He's not in that book. So that's how that went. And so there's people who was like, "Wait a minute, he told me he wasn't in it." I said, "No, I didn't." I said the character wasn't in that book. I said the book, not the TV show, the book.
Fair
So
game.
that means we can maybe expect to see you in season 3?
I don't know, man. I would definitely pick up. I would definitely answer the call if that happens.
Well, give us
There you go. All right.
what's a fun, cool Reacher experience you had while shooting the thing?
I tell you, it was during COVID. It was during COVID. Everything was locked down. It was. We went to Toronto. Toronto was going through its 3rd wave of COVID, so everything was shut down. I think so many shows shut down. I think it was just us and the boys filming. All the other shows had shut down. So I remember driving around. We're going to get fittings or what have you, and we're driving through this little town, and I'm like, "Wow, man, this looks like this could pass for Georgia. We're in the suburbs of Ontario. I'm like, this works for Atlanta. I mean, for Georgia. This works like a little suburb." And the driver's like, "Yeah, it works because they built this town." So I'm talking about they had traffic lights, they had roads, they had barbershops, they had the police station, they had the diner. I think it's one of the biggest backlots ever built in Ontario. That's what somebody told me. But holy crap, I had no idea. I thought we was in a real neighborhood. Wow. So because of the pandemic, all the location stuff had to be kept. We couldn't do so much because of the pandemic. So they built it.
Nice. All right.
Yeah. Man. So that was wild. It was wild to see.
I got a question. How much involvement did Lee Childs have in the production of season 1 and season 2?
I think probably more so with Nick Santora and the writing staff and the producers. With us, he came by. He visited the last episode. That's where he makes that cameo in the diner. And he's super cool. He's a big dude. He's 6'4" himself. So I think Reacher was kind of written after his stature because he's a big guy himself. So if in that last episode when Alan walks into the diner before our scene together, he crosses paths with Lee Child.
Oh shoot! Oh wow!
Yeah. So he does a little cameo. But I'm sure he was involved in probably the developing of the show, how it's going to translate from the book to television. Um, yeah, but with us, we heard a couple of stories and the origins of writing it and some of the history of it. That was really cool.
Nice. Now, I should let you know we are live, so people watching the show tend to chime in from time to time. I think we just had Sage.
Yeah, Sage just dropped in. She thought everything he's saying was really cool. Big shout out to Sage.
Thanks for coming
What's
back.
up, Sage? What's up, Sage?
Yeah.
Now, season 2 had a ton of cast members from Breakout Kings, and the internet's kind of going wild about teasing a reunion.
Yeah.
Jack, I'm
Come
with the
on.
internet. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's get it. Let's
All
get
right.
it, man. I tell you what, Breakout Kings was filmed in Toronto. So what was crazy was to do another series. I haven't done another series in Toronto since Breakout Kings. So it was great to go back and reunite with some of the crew from season 1 of Breakout Kings that was there. And that was super cool. And obviously Serinda Swan and Dom Lombrodosi, who they just crushed it. Maria, Sean Cyphers, they all killed it this season. I thought nobody missed a beat this entire season. But yeah, it was great to go back on set and see Serinda. And I didn't have any scenes with Dom, but I was like, Dom, what's up? Let's link. He was like, let's link. And we linked up and chopped it up in Toronto. We're talking about, I don't know, 11, 12 years later since filming Breakout King season 1, man. So it was incredible.
Man,
I've been a fan of Dom since The Wire, since way back in the day. He's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Bro.
Oh yeah, Herc. Yeah, Herc. Classic. Yeah, Dom is a beast of an actor. I mean, he's tour de force. He's a monster.
Yeah.
Man. If you had it your way, like if Big Hollywood said, "Hey, Malcolm, we're gonna give you a blank check, whatever idea you want for Breakout Kings," would you make it a
Bring us all onto the show?
Well, obviously we got jobs.
That's right.
That's not even a question. That's not even a question.
Not even a question.
But would you do a straight up sequel? Would you do a decade later? Would you do a soft reboot? Like what would you do if you had all the power in the world for the second coming of Breakout Kings?
Lawrence, I had this whole entire thing written for 8 years. I have it as a movie, dog. I have it as a movie. And there's a twist. I don't want to give it away. No one on the internet has suggested this thing, but came up with this entire concept because season 2 ended with who killed Zankinelli. And I'm asked that question a few times, a few times a month. It was every day years ago, but now it's like a few times a month about who do you think ratted? Who do you think ratted on Zankinelli? And I have the answer. It's a 128-page script. It's ready to go. Let's get it.
Okay.
Let's go.
Put that out there.
Yeah. So I've been pushing it as a movie. Obviously, it can still work as a series, but there's some cool ideas. And actually, I told Nick and I we talked about it a few weeks ago. He was like, maybe. I was like, dude, I'm telling you, man. I have an idea. That I think everybody would go nuts for.
Yo,
so I'm all for it.
Look, Mac looks 3 talking about it. He's all lit up. All right, man. Let's talk a little bit.
Wait. If there's a season 3,
yeah,
will you be a part of, or how bad would you want to be a part of this this new superhero team? Because after seeing this, there's no way you cannot tell me that this team is not the 110th. They're not superheroes at this point.
Tell me about it, man.
Especially Reacher. Come on.
Oh yeah, exactly. They're monsters, and I'm telling you, Ruthless this season. And I was all for the Ruthless. I was like, I don't know. I was getting all kind of Jack Bauer vibes. I was like, whoa. And yeah, I love the savagery of it all. In terms of catching revenge for the deaths of his fellow soldiers. Mm-hmm. But yeah, season 3. See, the beauty about Reacher is the fact that there's always he's always on a different journey. And so as much as I would love to be a part of course, no doubt, but I know they got to stay true to the Reacher novels, which there's like 26 of them. Yeah. And he's on these individual journeys. So that's what they told us what it was going to be. prior to season 1 that they're staying true to that. And so there's a part of me, like, obviously selfishly, yeah, I would like to be in every season. Let's do 27 seasons. I'll show up 27 times. But I know.
Question: if your character came back towards the end of this season or next season, how do you think he would respond now to the savagery? Because we kind of saw how you dealt with it in the beginning of season 1, the middle of season 1, and then you kind of came around to reach his methods.
Season 8, episode 8, season 1, Pie. You were knocking everyone out, killing people.
Right.
Dude, I'll tell you, Oscar
would you be
Finley
cool
had
with
one of
blowing
the
up the helicopter as they're flying away? Like, how would your character feel about that level of savagery?
Well, I'll tell you what. Thank goodness that's a heat-seeking missile, because Finley would have definitely missed.
I was like, I don't think that's how it works.
Finley would have been way off. So it's like, thank goodness he got that heat-seeking technology.
He said, "Wait for it." I'm like, I don't think that's how this works. and then it came back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so. Yeah. So as long as it had, I would have been okay with it. Philly would have been okay with that technology. But I think he would have been like, well, all the savagery, Finley, because by the time by episode 8, he was just kind of like, okay, that's what you did. It was like this gradual acceptance. For like, I got 3 dead bodies. I got 5 dead bodies in my town. I got 7. Who you killed? And he's like, okay,
all right.
You're losing count.
Yeah, that's what he says. Yeah.
We're getting trolled pretty hard by Jason Moore at the moment.
Who's that guy?
I gotta contain myself and make sure I don't do no text message. We got the longest.
Jason is trolling.
Text message chain roasting one another, so I gotta make sure I keep the roast on the text chain and don't put it out there. I'm gonna try my best, but go ahead.
He said, "Let's talk about feet." For those who don't know, Jason Moore is you played Curtis on The Punisher. He was just on a show on Netflix a couple years ago, First Kill, and he really plays the part of being a pain in our ass usually. But that's
ding ding ding. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Come on, Jay's good people.
No, my nickname for Jay, Jay, I'm gonna tell you, my nickname for Jay, because Jay got the ugliest toes in the history of mankind. Those toes are black and crusty.
Man, and his toenails fall off.
And I mean, them things are brittle. I mean, listen, I'm telling you. And Jay, what I think every show I've been on with text, Jay would be like, on Izombie, he'll go, Mac, show rolls my toes. She'll roll my toenails. Sitting there and send them nasty feet. So we call him on a chain. He's called Totala instead of T'Challa for Black Panther. We call him Totala.
That's good. Connie Alaska's in the house. She says she loves season 1 of Reacher, and Jason, she loved The Punisher as well. You guys were awesome in those shoes. Yes.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for watching.
And Jason says I'm sending everyone free toenails.
All right.
I'm telling you, he'll do it. But he'll do it though.
Don't ask for it.
This guy's gonna debol the whole show right
now. Get him out of here. He's done. Jason, you're done.
And them feet stink too. We was roommates for a long time. I'm told stink.
He said, "Love you guys. Peace, Jason."
All right. Thanks for watching the show, Jay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jay.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about Follow the House of Usher, one of the best series that came out in 2023. Now, my question about that is, as an actor, I'm wondering what were some of the challenges versus rewards of working on a character that's throughout the entire season, but isolated to the flashbacks only.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'll tell you what, Mike Flanagan made the process as seamless and easy as possible. It felt like the closest thing to working on theater for myself in a long time. I was able to see the dailies of Carl, the amazing Carl Lumbly.
Really?
And it's because I'm like, whatever I do, I have to reverse engineer what he's doing. How did he become what he is? And so Flanagan and his team gave me all the material that I needed to reverse engineer it. And Carl and I, we had the longest conversation on developing that character.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
it felt like we was about to go on stage and perform in front of a live audience. That's how prepared we were. And we made so many different choices along the way. There's a lot of like subtle things in there that I know him and I, it's winks between us. I don't know if everybody else caught it, the audience, but we know it's very, very particular to the story that we created for that character. And then when it was time to get on set, it was showtime. It was literally showtime, and we did it. So,
love that.
to get the dailies and reverse engineer to do all that was amazing.
Did he get your dailies as well? Like, or how was the shooting order?
Right. He got my dailies as well. So when we were done with the scene, if there was any pivotal moments, he would let me know. I can ask him a question about when you did this, what did you do, and vice versa. So I think it was a scene in the last scene when the big betrayal happens. In that scene, it just all working with Zach, who was just incredible, man. It was just like, I'm not losing. You got to look me in my eye and lie. Look me in my eye. He never looks me in my eye, and I'm holding eye contact.
Oh,
And
that
then,
last scene around the table.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my God, dude.
Right. And then me and Carl was going. We talked about the scene, and then I'm like, he wouldn't look me. I'm like, the character wouldn't look me in the eye. And then I remember he had a big day with Bruce, and he was like, I made him. He looked us in the eye today. He looked us in the eye today. I'm wrapped already. I'm upset. I get the text. I'm like, yes.
Yes.
So it was so collaborative, man. I mean, it was one of the most. I'm talking about, man. It took me back to like SUNY Purchase days, working, working in a lab and developing and just fine tuning characters, man. So it was. I'm telling you, man, it was such a. I mean, listen, such a privilege and honor to play that, and all props go to. That role happened because of Raul Coley. He's the one who put me in the mix. Yeah. He's the one who fought for me. And he just sent me a text. He goes, dude, I don't know how you're going to feel about this, but I put your name in the mix for this role. I think you'll be dope at it, blah, blah, blah. And then long story short, it comes to fruition.
Wow, dude.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's sick. I got to tell you I'm so happy to hear that the collaborative process was such a thing in that content,
right?
Because it does show through. I certainly didn't know. Like, I wasn't sitting there going, "These guys working together." I assumed you weren't, because you guys are never on set together. Obviously, there's so many years between the characters. But to hear that and it was so collaborative, I'm like, yes, and the work pays off, and I'm so glad that the production allotted that opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
In the eyes.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah. It was, just to have time with, we definitely had time with the script because our portion of the show happened later on in the season. I think they started filming around January, and we didn't start filming any of the 70s until April, May, around that time.
Wow.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely loved it, and I especially loved the flashbacks because present time is amazing and it's a mystery. Why are they all dying? And there's something supernatural, but the flashbacks is where we see the drama, it's the relationships. We see what's at stake. It's see this husband trying to do everything he can and he's not, and you have this guy who is just he's straight laced by the book. You're a do-gooder, and we get to see like it's a true. Like, you can remove all the supernatural elements, and if we just watch that drama, that would hold. So you guys grounded the series,
Right. No, thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. I always say it always starts with the writing, with the details of those of that writing.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing that really worked about this, usually for me, flashbacks and dreams are dicey in content. They usually feel like I'm diverging away from the story, and now I'm just waiting to get back to the story. But in Fall of the House of Usher, they feel a lot more pivotal.
Well, they're answering the questions that present day is asking.
That's what it is. So it goes into the writing.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. I think what it does a really great job is showing. I mean, just in terms of the change of people, in terms of you seeing how Dupin came to be and why he is the way he is. And there's a lot of people who aren't always the way they are. There's some event, some situation that has happened, and the show lets you in on what that was that allowed them to become the people that they are in the present day, and also spending time with that history.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, now we got a little more geeky question on this one. For those of you who don't know, Malcolm spent a lot of time playing Clive in iZombie.
Say his last name.
Yeah.
Say the last name. Say the last name.
Babineau,
Okay.
70 something episodes, right? 71
Yes.
episodes, 5
Yeah.
Yeah,
seasons.
we did 5 seasons. Clive Babineau,
A
Clive Typhoon Babineau.
Cosplay playing detective who's working with a zombie who he thinks is a psychic.
That's right.
Now,
Like a lot
our
of fun,
question
man.
is what is it like working on a DC comic project?
Mm.
Dude, it was incredible. It was a dream come true. You got access to the everybody at DC was amazing. I brought you guys to DC. Remember that?
I got a lot of toys in this room because of
That's
you,
right.
Malcolm.
I think I see something in the background from
You
the
definitely
DC
see a lot
safe.
of stuff. Hey, they said take as much as you can carry.
That's
I'm like,
right.
I got
Right?
some big hands,
I think
man.
I got stuff from that trip.
You got something from that
I did. I said, Chris, I got you. It's
That's
terrible.
right.
Terrible.
I think wasn't when we were there, Lawrence. They were like, Lawrence, he'll be a great Green Lantern.
I'm like,
Right?
I'm still waiting for the call.
I'm still waiting for
Malcolm.
the
Let's go. All right.
I'm still waiting.
All right, you got my vote. All right, you
Thank
got
you,
my
sir.
vote, man.
Thank you.
But-
Thank you.
Yeah, dude, what a fun show, man. I mean, what a Rob Thomas is just incredible to work with. Diane Ruggiero, right? That entire cast, we're all friends to this day. Obviously, working with Raul and Raul hooking up for all the House of Usher and Rose. We talk every every few days, and we've worked on a couple of projects, independent projects since then. David Anders was just here. I'm in Texas right now. We did a film out here, and he came and did a cameo in it for a few scenes. And yeah, everybody is just everybody is still in touch and tight to this day. But what a fun show!
With all the talk of reunions and second comings, is there a potential zombie streaming / movies? Is there still something in the well?
Well, I think so, because I go, could we do this 10-year jump? So it's like, what happened in that 10 years?
Yeah.
What happened in that 10 years? We can kind of, go back and answer that question. But no, it would be great to work with everybody, on that show again. And I mean, just not only cast, but the crew, just made a lot of friends. And
You directed as well. You directed an episode.
Yeah, I had an
nice.
opportunity to direct an episode 5.
Yeah.
No, episode 5. I'm sorry, season 5.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, dude, that was definitely one of the biggest highlights of the season, was doing that. And
dude,
and just like the acting department is kind of in charge through me in that particular thing, and so we kind of got everything just coming together just smoothly and seamlessly, and just so much support, and everybody's rooting for you, man. It was just oh man, that was one of my favorite experiences.
Directing?
Yeah, iZombie.
100%. Directing the episode was amazing, man. It was so much love and support, man. It was so much love and support, man. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I was so humbled and honored and just beyond grateful.
And you made your days?
I damn sure did.
Malcolm makes I'll talk from experience. I've been on a Malcolm set. We making the days.
Dude, I was finishing. I know, yeah, and I mean, but that was on an indie, Lawrence, but to have everything you need. I mean, the crew would tell you. I think what 6 of those 8 days we finished 2 hours early, 2.5 hours early.
Dude.
And that never happens. That never ever happens, But I mean, it was my first at bat, and I'm like, I only knew how to approach it like an indie in terms of just being ultimately prepared, knowing exactly what I want, still being open to any new things that may happen, but just being completely, I mean, 100% prepared. I remember I storyboarded when one of the PAs, her name was Nikita. She sat with me and we storyboarded the whole entire episode, just in case people didn't think that, hey, did Malcolm come up with that shot or that shot? I'm like,
Wow,
I
really?
did. Look at the boards. Yeah, and yeah, so oh man, it was just incredible, man. And shout out to Warner Brothers, man. Warner Brothers was really behind me on that one, and I did their director's workshop in preparation for it, and that experience was just another incredible experience. So it's just there's so many people in my corner rooting for me.
That's one thing we're constantly talking about, the difference between like Warner Brothers DC content versus some of the Marvel stuff is DC tends to support and really highlight their directors in a different way.
Yeah, I mean, I can only speak from obviously speaking from my experience and the experience that I hear from the other directors and people. I mean, we were 100% supported, and encouraged throughout the entire 5 season run, especially as an actor.
Mhm.
You are supported, man. Yeah, it was great, man. CW, obviously, everybody there just completely supported us and just gave us confidence.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick.
Very good.
That's
Very
what's
good.
up, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So, Parenthood.
Oh yeah.
How has being a papa changed you, man? Has it affected the kind of work you look for or the projects you accept now or don't accept?
Parenthood has been, I said, man, this has been the best role I've ever played in my life, man. I mean, there's a lot of, it's made me more vulnerable than I've ever been. I did not realize how vulnerable I was going to become after seeing my baby boy into this world, man. And so it's it's been great, man. One thing with the pandemic is, as obviously as catastrophic it was for the entire world, what was great about it individually was the fact that I got to be home and with my family full time. And even though I did a lot of work during the pandemic, it was easy to get the family to fly out with me and travel with me. And everyone was working that way too. And that was a different thing on set I haven't experienced up until that point where everybody is working with their families. Because everybody is staying a close knit. And that was also encouraged with all these productions that I had the privilege on working on. Even with Reaching, my family's there the entire way. The entire way through. For the House of Usher, my family's there with me. And so I've had the privilege of not missing literally a single day away from Apollo and Vanessa. I got to see moments that I know I probably would have missed if prior to the pandemic. And prior to the pandemic, I booked this show called Lost Boys, another Rob Thomas show. And I remember when I booked it, I was like, oh my gosh, I got to go away. And I remember being away, shooting the pilot for like 10 days. And it was so tough just to be away from Apollo at that young age. And I remember the pandemic happened. They shut the show down. We're like, oh, we'll be back in 2-3 weeks. I go home. I'm happy to get a few days in. And who knew that was going to last for for almost 3 years, damn near.
Yeah.
But
did that project ever get picked back up?
No, man. No, it didn't. It didn't. But man, I'm telling you, if it's that script was off the chain. Any Lost Boy, I'm telling you, it was incredible. Rob Thomas crushed that script. It was amazing. But no, it never, it didn't go. But I think it made me, just in terms of, Parenthood, put things in perspective. It chilled. I was always kind of chill, but it just chilled me out even more. And it definitely made more emotions available to me that I can now use, as a thespian that wasn't as available to me before Apollo.
Nice.
Good.
All right.
One of Sage had a question for you, Malcolm. She wanted to know what's your dream role and has it changed since you've graduated from Purchase?
That's a good question. It feels like that's a great question. It feels like it always changes, just as I change. There's some roles that I wanted to play that I've aged out of. I can't play. At least on film and TV. Theater is different. We can play different age. We can play old, young.
Mm-hmm.
You can play, but film and TV is different. Got to be a little bit more specific. A dream role. What is my dream role? I don't know at this point. I don't know. I'm on the spot and nothing's coming to me right now. I'm on the spot because there's some times where it's just like, and you guys know you're auditioning and you ever auditioned and you go for a role and you go, why they send me out on this one? I can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, this ain't gonna work. And then you do it. You take your process as an actor and you do it anyway. And then all of a sudden you find that performance in you. You know, I think for me, probably Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier is my answer. That's who I would want to play because I was up. Yeah, that got me back into boxing years ago, and there was this Ang Lee movie being done with Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali. It never got made, but I made it so close. I was like, whatever. Like the top, I just leave it. I was super close, but I had to go and put some boxing tape together, and I had to learn how to fight like him. But when I got the audition, I was like, why would they send me out on this? Like, there's no way I could play this role. And then working on it, do my process. Oh my gosh, I had no idea I had that performance in me. So that's one thing about what we do is like sometimes the characters choose us as long as we approach it with our process, and with that dedication. Sometimes, I'm like my dream role would choose me.
Mm-hmm.
All
Love
right.
that.
That's a good answer.
You stay
That's a great
open,
answer.
right?
Right.
All right. Let me cut a couple of these questions. We got way too many on the list still. All right. Here's an easy one. What's your favorite comic book movie?
Avengers, man. I mean, Avengers. I say it's Iron Man 1 and it's the Avengers. And I remember watching the Avengers. Listen, man, I love that movie, man. I'm like, I am the target audience for every single moment in this film, every single shot in this film. And my favorite line is Mark Ruffalo as the Incredible Hulk, where he goes, "Something you should know about me." He goes, "I'm always angry."
Oh yeah, that was fire.
I
That was
remember
fire.
Magic with that movie. They did.
Yeah, they did magic with it, man. Listen, like I said, I loved every single thing about it. I always give homage to Iron Man because Iron Man set off. I feel like it set off the whole entire Marvel universe to erupt to what it is, and I loved it because I remember I was not a big Iron Man fan of the comic book wise. So I'm like, how are they gonna make this? How they gonna make this? How they gonna make this work? And blown away.
Yeah.
Blown away by
yeah.
it. Blown away.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean-
so Iron Man is still my favorite character. Avengers is Avengers and Endgame, the combo. I'm just the target audience for that. It just works for me. Every moment works for me. I know people who feel different. I'm like, I don't care. It works for me though.
Yeah.
It
That
works
movie
for
was
me.
so good they got 2 decades out of it.
I
They
know.
got 20 years almost out of that.
I
Yeah.
tell you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that one. All right, last question. Better make it a good one, Jack.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jack.
yeah.
No pressure, Jack.
No pressure at all.
Don't fumble, Jack.
Yeah.
All right. I got it. I got a good one. We'll go out on this one.
Okay.
If you could play any comic book or video game character, what character would you choose to play?
Dude, it's easy answer for me, man. It's gonna be the Incredible Hulk. I'm telling you, that was my favorite character. I have the Incredible Hulk posters, and I go, why not? Imagine Oscar Finley walking around. He gets angry, and all of a sudden he just pops out the tweet.
Yes. Did you have the hands? Did you have the Hulk hands, Mac? Do I remember seeing you with Hulk hands at one point? I felt like you had the Hulk.
I did, yeah, from the DC safe, No. I mean Marvel, obviously, but no, I think it would be. I think it's it would be the Incredible Hulk, man. I was a hardcore fan growing up. It was something about the Incredible Hulk. I watched the TV show every
Oh,
single
yeah.
every single episode. I remember. I think I had the VHS tapes from like the penny saver. I don't know, whatever it was. I forgot what it's called now. Columbia House. It was like Columbia House. I had got the entire series of Incredible Hulk. But that's the character, man. I would love to play the Incredible Hulk. I got a David Banner performance in me.
Oh man, I see it. I can see it because that's the thing. It's like he's always angry, but you wouldn't know because he has to keep himself in check at all times.
All times. At all times, man. At all times.
My question is: have you practiced walking to sad music by yourself?
Yeah, you got to practice walking to sad music down the street if you don't play the Hulk.
Hey, if they cast me, I'll do it. If there's an audition for it, I'm gonna open up my audition with doing that.
Yes. If anyone in LA sees Malcolm just walking around, he's preparing. It's fine.
I'm prepared.
He doesn't need a ride. He's good. He's just
That's right. That's right. Working it around.
Wow. I gotta tell you, I love that answer for so many reasons. And I honestly hope I get to see that someday. That'd be sick. And I'll tell you this: if I get my way at any of these Marvel content films, you'll play the Hulk.
Oh yeah,
that is what's up, man. I answer is yes, sir. Absolutely. I got the music queued up. Let's get it.
Yes.
Nice. Listen, Mac, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
All right, man.
No
We'll
doubt.
on the flip.
All right.
All
Cool. All right, fellas. Pleasure.
That was a great one, man. That was pretty great. That was good.
We could have just spent the whole 2 hours just talking to Mac. That would have been so easy.
Very easy. Now we got to go to work. Now we got to come up with something that's just as entertaining as that last 40 minutes.
Well, why don't we do this then? Let's go down the corner, skip all the stoplights, blow through the traffic like everyone else in LA does.
Yeah.
And we'll find ourselves at the Collector's Corner.
It's show and tell time.
Here at the Collector's Corner, we're taking toys from our trunks, video games out of our vaults, comics from the cases, and we're showing them to the rest of the world. They can be worth millions of dollars in Jack's case, or just sentimental.
Yeah.
You know what?
And not because you make your own toys, Chris.
Look, I got stuff that's worth money. I don't want to hear it. Okay, I'm not broke over here. I make a couple dollars. I got some change in my pocket.
There you
Can I borrow $1?
There you go.
What do you got, Chris? What are you showing today?
Actually, I'm going to show something from my boy Lawrence right here.
Hold on, let me get you big. There we go.
What?
So in fact,
Pause.
You know, I'm already there, baby.
Oh, man.
So in fact, we had this conversation back in December, and then in fact, Rich called me out when Lawrence like, "Hey, do you have the Nightfall Batman?" I'm like, I think I got it, and Rich is like, "Chris, you don't got that," and then freaking Rich was right.
You don't have it.
But Lawrence made it true. And he sent it to me for Christmas.
And I want to ask Chris a question. I want to bet, guys. Let's make a bet.
Okay.
How long do we all think before that comes out the box?
Maybe a decade. When is
Can I show you guys something? Actually,
oh boy.
Watch that. Your Batmobile is probably still in the box.
It's still in the box.
Are you
still
serious?
in that box?
You know what? I got a lot going on, man.
No, Chris, you got that Batmobile. You had time to take that Batmobile out the box. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Look. I don't know. I got a lot of stuff to do. But I will open stuff up. I got my affirmative action collection I got to put together. I got a ton of I honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have enough room for everything. This is a real problem.
Well, not everything has to be displayed at the same time. You just move stuff out, move stuff in. But that Batmobile, that's your favorite movie is the 89. Like that at least needs to be out.
Let me see. I don't know if you guys
don't do it now, but
I'm not gonna open it now.
Where's he going?
I want to show you guys something.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
This is gonna be you know what?
No, show us, please. I want to see the closet of box. And Rich, you kind of can't laugh.
What are you talking about?
Because nothing is unboxed in your.
I
just unboxed 3 things the other day.
that you had got like 6 months ago. You're
It
just as
doesn't
bad.
matter.
You're
You
just
gotta
as
come.
bad
You
as
gotta
it
come
is.
back to me. I gotta figure out a way to get. I can't log in on my phone.
Well, basically, for those watching, Chris is probably about to show us the 2 years worth of unboxed toys
Yeah.
that's in his closet.
I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna add it, and I'll show the picture on the screen in a little bit.
Okay.
So come back to me.
Terrible.
Talk amongst yourselves. and I'll come
Terrible.
back.
Terrible.
All right.
Okay.
Well, let's move to Lawrence then. Lawrence, what are you showing
Wait,
today?
Chris, I want to show you my toy, though. Don't
Okay, show me
leave.
your toy, show me your toy.
He's out.
What's wrong with you? Well,
Show me
first
your toy.
up, I got an honorable mention. And that honor, it's just to get Jack mad. But I got my steel figure right here.
Yeah.
Which is just
Fire.
sick, dude. This dude is dope, man. He is so dope. There's an unboxing on YouTube. Go check that out. This is a fire figure. But what I really got is,
Thanks,
guys,
Lon.
sorry, chat. 90% of my
I
toys.
only ordered mine in February of last year.
I ordered mine last week. So I'm joking. I ordered it at the same time you did. Sorry. But 90% of my toy collection is all about nostalgia. It's about how I felt as a kid. And I've been missing something in my collection. And as you guys know, I am the terror that flaps in the freaking night. I got my Darkwing Duck freaking action figures, man. This joint comes with Darkwing and Negaduck. It comes with different head sculpts. You get a flowing cape. You get a regular cape. You get the hat. You get the Negaduck has his machete, machine guns. You got freaking the gas gun. Yo, and this packaging is fire. I am the terror.
How much mobility is in those figures, Lawrence?
No, there's don't hate. There's articulation. You got the leg. Yeah, the feet have articulation. There's an elbow joint. The head looks like it might be on a ball joint. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have an ab crunch, but
is someone playing a video?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Are you on two things? Somebody sounds like Chris. You're on two things.
On two things.
Or you're watching us on Are you watching us on one device?
Of course not. I don't even watch us when I'm not on it. I'm not gonna watch it while I'm actually doing it.
Fair enough, but your audio sounds crazy right now.
What happened to the audio there?
I'll be back. I'll jump back in.
But, it's fire, man. This is dope.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope.
The box. Come on.
Yeah,
that's
that's a nice
sick.
box. That's a nice box.
You see my box, Rich?
I see the box.
Entertainment Earth had they had a buy one get half off deal.
Oh,
So I was like, well, let me get the Megazord I showed a while ago, the Power Rangers, robot.
okay.
And let me get this. Freaking dope.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
that's pretty good.
Come on.
All right. Oh, hey, how you doing?
Hello,
thanks for
Rich.
checking in. Speaking of spatial issues, I have it, but also you said clearing up room. As you can see here, we did a little change, right?
Yeah.
Because before I used to have the halo right there.
Yes.
He's gone. He's moved over on the other side of the room, and I pushed my man back over there. So I still don't think there's going to be enough room. But like a while back, there was a pre-order for this, and I was like, I'm not going to get it. And then I ended up getting it because everyone needs to know about that logo. Oh, this thing is big.
I am so shocked you got
This
that.
thing is big, baby. This thing is 21 inches long, and I'm
That's
just like,
what she said.
What?
I had to do the measurements of it, and I'm like, I don't even think I have enough space up there, so I might
Dude,
have to.
it is compatible to the freaking Batmobile we have. Like it's made for a 7-inch figure. Yeah, that is.
It's a big thing, man. And I'm gonna do an unboxing on this since I got back into it. But I was looking at it because it also comes with a base, so I figure if I get the base on the shelf and maybe if
you need more. You gotta. Nah.
I mean, if the front end of the space hog slides off just a little bit, as long as because the main part's going to be on the base, that's all that really matters. That part's not going to be stationed on anything, so I can stick off of the shelf for a little bit.
Yeah,
so I think I may be able to make this work.
You might be able to make that work. And that's not a cheap toy.
It was $70.
70.
$70. Yeah, it wasn't cheap, but it wasn't crazy.
No, it's not crazy, but it's not like
I mean, it's the cost of a game, and I don't really buy games like that. So
fair. That's fair. That's dope. I actually want you to do an unboxing of it, Rich,
Well, that would be incredible, Rich.
to actually see it because it has a different head sculpt too in there. I think.
Yes, it does. It has a different head sculpt. It comes with his main man or his dog. Excuse me.
Got there's a guitar in there
We got
too,
a guitar
right?
in there as well.
I would love to see an
Well,
unboxing of that.
I mean, I got an unboxing coming because I opened up Xanathos, excuse me,
You've had that for 3 months.
an armor joint and one of the Steel Clan. So that's coming.
So wait, if you're putting Lobo up there, where are you putting the rest of your gargoyles?
All them gargoyles is not coming because you see my gargoyles up there, especially with the wingspans. All of them not going up there. So I'm gonna do unboxings. They're probably gonna go right back in the box until I have room to put them somewhere.
What if you give them all the top shelf?
Then where am I gonna put Lobos?
And that's 21 inches of Lobo.
hey.
You know.
You gotta put him somewhere.
And then the other idea is put my mech back in its box, which will probably be a pain in the butt because it was involved getting it out of the box.
Man, it's so cool.
What if you suspend Lobo from the ceiling, Rich?
What?
On
Man,
fishing line.
I
What if you suspend
I
Lobo?
rent this place. I ain't drilling no holes in the ceiling. Yeah, it is.
Well, like I told Chris, you can have if what we're seeing behind you is kind of your display, you can have a revolving display. You know,
True.
where you take out my hero and you put in, something
That's
else.
what I was thinking on this shelf right here, taking most of my hero stuff and putting it on the second shelf, and then putting something else on the top shelf, and then I don't know, not boxing them, but throwing these somewhere. Probably have to get like a storage bin or something to put them all in, and put stuff in these middle trays right here.
You got a good problem though. When you have too much toys, you got no place to put them. That's a good problem. Man.
Good look. All right, so we're gonna wait for that unboxing video. Okay, me. This week I'm showing off my Batman Harley Quinn and
Okay.
it's the foil edition, so it's a little hard to see.
Oh, iconic cover.
Yeah, it's the iconic cover.
9.8.
It's a 9.8, and what makes it so cool is it's signed by Alex Ross.
Oh, okay.
So, wait, etc. We got etc. so on and so forth in the building. There's no such thing as not enough toys. You speaking my language, etc. So on and so forth. You speaking my language. Yeah, you just gotta cycle out the shelf. Jack, how much is that worth? And does a foil cover
to see
depreciate the value? Because I get Chris.
Well, it's not. Well, I gotta tell you, it's not the first printing. The first printing of this cover, which is not foil, is probably I want to say $500, give or take, in a 9.8. This guy is a later printing edition, and it is the foil cover. I think it's worth about $70, give or take, but it's also signed. So let's say $100, somewhere in that ballpark.
That's dope.
$100. All right.
That's dope. I love Jack has a legit, like, no questions asked, like, graded comic book collection. It is.
What was that grade again?
It's a 9.8.
9.8.
Oh, you got one right here on going for $150.
There you go. About one. Well, eBay's Wild West. I mean, I could put it up for.
Jump on that horse.
Etc. is a fan to the heart. He said, "Who cares about the worth? It's about how much it's worth to the fan." That's what I tell my wife when I drop hundreds of dollars on toys. I'm like, it means something to me.
Yeah. Well, I picked it up because I'm a huge fan of that cover specifically, and this one was going in a price range I could afford, and it was signed by Alex Ross. So I was like, I didn't have any Alex Ross signed comics.
Okay.
So I was like, I want that in my collection. So I picked that guy up. I think I picked that guy up like 2 years ago. And I've had it for. There's a lot of comics that I haven't got around to show and telling yet. But
come on, man.
So cycling them in. Chris, did you find what you were looking for?
And why you're held hostage? It's the only way you can communicate.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. A signed Alex Ross cover is like going from anywhere from like $300 to $600.
The foil
The-
cover?
Yeah, the
foil?
foil cover.
Jack.
Hey, well, then it's gone up.
Chris, show us this.
Chris, what you
There
got?
you go.
Now, et cetera, and so forth and so on. As a collector, as someone who appreciates toys, what do you think about this? And I need to put a disclaimer: he's not a mint on card collector. He's not. I don't take my toys out the box kind of collector. What are we looking at,
Yeah, I
Chris?
think I recognize some of those.
No, I'm not.
You're not an on card collector.
Yep. Yeah.
This is ridiculous, Chris.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a lot I got to open up, and these came from the collection of Jack.
I was gonna say I
I got
recognize.
I got a bunch. I got probably like 20. Yeah, I got about 20 like McFarlane figures. I got my Batmobile right here. You can see it.
Hey, Chris, I have to ask you
So-
this question, and this is an intervention or anything, but
Go ahead.
do you
Go ahead.
love toys, or do you love
Here's your affirmative action.
or do you love hunting them down and buying? Do you like the experience of hunting and buying them, or do you actually love toys?
No. Oh, I love toys. I mean, I was just playing with toys before the show started.
Okay.
So I was playing vintage GI Joes.
No,
with
not
the
your
Batman
son's
before the show
toys.
started.
That are
So
the
I love
toys
toys.
that you buy that are still in them boxes
Listen.
for years. Years.
I love them. I just need time. Time,
Oh,
time
etc.
what I'm
is
trying
giving
to
you. He
do.
said
Is
a
what-
beautiful collection. If only my wife would allow me to go to that. Me too, because you need a whole closet to yourself.
You need a whole closet. Wow.
To yourself that you don't have
Listen,
to share.
just do what the women do and buy it and just don't say anything. Buy it, sneak it into the
what
house.
I do, and now, but the
You know,
problem
put
is
it.
But it only works when you have
That's it.
your own closet to yourself. Rich.
Nobody is endorsing that. You're trying
No,
to keep
do it. Just go for it. If they can do it, you can do it.
Chris, you want to fix your camera, man?
Yeah. Do you
What's
want to get back out of the interrogation kidnapping?
But to get, hey,
I'm jumping.
Yeah,
Huh?